for us at BrickWork, we also are trying to give clarity on why ADUs are still a better option, even with some of the realistic challenges of what's going on with the jurisdictions being underfunded and not having staff and not being ready with the massive amount of requests for permitting. There's obviously going to be some delays, right? But overall, the only other option, where you're at in here is a small lot subdivision. And so I think a lot of our users don't understand, especially agents, how difficult it is to get. Some of them are thinking it could be 6 months. Jurisdictions, specific, maybe there's some rural areas where you can get a small lot subdivision within 6 months. I'll tell you what, in LA and the coastal cities, good luck. You're not going to get it in 6 months, right? It's going to take, I would say on average, even though you get the hearing after 12 months or a year, you're going to get conditions, you're going to get pushback, and you're going to have to meet again in 3 months and see if you've addressed those concerns. And so it could easily be 15 months, if not 18 months. Now think of that. If it takes a year and a half for you to get approval to divide your lot and add 1 unit, let's just see very basic. Let's just say you're a single family house and you just want to add another unit. That could take 18 months just to get approval to do it and start work on it. And then that could take, again, 6 months to build that. So you're talking about 2 years, and there's no certainty, meaning you literally, there have been small lot cases where you get up to the hearing, you get declined. So everything that you've invested in, as far as, like you said, architectural, engineering, all of that stuff to prepare for that hearing and still get declined, was all out of your pocket. You still can't get a unit in the lot. So I think it's super important for everyone to know ADUs was created as a way to circumvent that. No more small lot subdivision, no more hearings, especially in the coastal cities where you're going to get pushback always, almost always, right?
Yeah, and I think, I never really look at competitors in the sense that I'm glad lots of people are entering the space, and every company has its own challenges. So I fully appreciate that this is hard work for everybody involved, from the real estate agent to the client itself, to the people supplying the client. There is a challenge on all kinds of levels. There's a scheduling challenge. There is, why is the contractor coming today with his boots across my property? There's so many things involved, because most people just don't think forward, but all the steps have some kind of challenge involved with them. There is no perfect case, and there's no perfect company. What I would like to say is that the ADU is for the market a good solution. Our product has been positioned so that we are a nice looking unit, maybe too nice for some neighborhoods, but our thinking is that it's adding value to the property. In many cases, the ADU looks much nicer than the main house because the ADU is new, but it also commands a certain rental income. And I think overall, most people should look at it more like, okay, it takes you, even if it takes a year to build your ADU, you already been there for 10 years in your house, or even if you're a new homeowner and you just bought it, you got to think long-term. This is over 20 years that you're going to rent this thing. The return is going to be actually quite good. And that 1 year, the actual construction time, i.e. that people are across your property and doing things, is no longer than 3 weeks. The contractor comes there, he does a site improvements foundation. That might take 2 weeks, but actually physically being there takes them about a week, to dig and do all the stuff. And it might be spread over 2 weeks. And then when the modules arrive, then you're talking about another week or 2 weeks. So you're talking about a month of site disturbance, and you're talking about 20, 30 years of income. And so I think people have to put it in perspective that a bit of wait and everybody's in a line, you're going to get your product, but you got to be a little patient, because that's just the nature of the game right now. It's not car manufacturing. It's semi-custom, solving a problem, and it's a new law and nobody's focused on this before. So there's a lot of friction points and learning involved. And so, that takes a while. And I think it will be much smoother from, say, 2023 onwards, because more capital is going into the space, more bright people go in there, more dialogue is there, and then things improve. And that's, every market is like that. So I just want people to understand that, because it will get better. It's just a very big challenge, because it's a new industry, and that people have to understand.
Absolutely. I can't agree more.